Hey y'all, Chad Slusarski coming to you today, December 19th. It's Tuesday. It's my brother Joe's birthday, so happy birthday, brother. Today I want to come to you and tell you a little bit about a project that I've been working on. I've said it before, but these are these floating wine holder boards. And they're a very fun project. I wanted to do this for not only my clients, but also to share a little information about how they're put together. And also, maybe if you're a woodworker and you want to give it a shot, well, here's a few tips that I've learned that can help you. So, here's the deal. The first thing that you do in the process, you have to kind of figure out your patterns of wood. Like, here's an example. I'm just, these are not planed. They're not to the right size. They're all odd. They don't match up. They're not clean. But that's one design. Here's another one. Again, look at this. This is like rough cut. It's not going to, but you're just kind of generalizing an idea. Here's one. Look, and you just kind of come up with general ideas. Now, these boards are about 19 inches, 20 inches, and I can get two boards out of each one. I find that easy to work with my planer, and it's always very easy to use with my chop saw. So these boards, just so you know, if you're building them, it's 9 inches, 8.5 to 9 inches, whichever you choose, from here to down here, not here, here. 8.5 to 9 inches from the tips. Okay? So that's the first thing you need to know. And then I have these cut to 45-degree angles. Okay? So once you kind of have your design, then what you have to do is you have to get it glued up in such a way that the seams are going to be good, or the joints are going to be good. So one thing you have to do, and I have this joiner that I've gotten because it really makes the job easier, is when I run this across the joiner, it makes this level, like straight as can be. And then when I, let's say, I decide I need this to be a 1/4 inch. Well, then, I set my saw to this, but look how close this is. It's straight as can be against my fence. And I tell you what, these guys right here, these are called grippers and micro grippers. And look at this stuff. This is the most safe thing, changed my game. I mean, I put this, look at this. It's got a little hole in the middle, rides right over the blade. So I put this here. I got this little thing that makes it level, and I have two of them so I can get consistent. And I run that across there, and I guarantee you it's perfect when it matches up, and it creates joints like that. You can't see the difference. All right, so once you get that done, then what you're going to do is you're going to take those boards, glue them up, and then you're going to go over. I have this flip machine. The planer's on the bottom, and I use the planer first to make sure that you kind of get everything leveled and nice and smooth. All right, and then I go and I drill I cut them up on my table saw, my chop saw, and I'm cutting these to about 45 degrees. So I just, boop, 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 chop them up on 45 degrees. Now, here's a tip for you people if you're wanting to make one of these. Now, one of the big things that I learned is, oh my God, I used to drill through to make these nice holes. Look how clean that is. And then I drill all the way through only to get done, and I'd find out, that's not a product that I would produce. So I learned this tip. And here's the tip. See, on this board, it's 3.5 inches wide. And what I did was come 2 inches down, and on the center line, I drilled a little hole. See that? And then what I do is I take it over to my Forstner bit. This is a 1¼ inch Forstner bit, and I put that right in the hole, and I set it down, and I hold it, and I drill it, but I don't go all the way through. What I do is I only go partially through. And there's always with the Forstner bit that little indentation at the bottom. So then what I did was I drilled a little hole right in the bottom. Look at that. Shows up on the other side. So when I do that and I match that up and I go through it, then I get an excellent clean cut like this on both sides. See that? Once you get done with that, you take it over to the router. You're going to use a 1/4 round on it. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to route the inside, or excuse me, we're going to route the edges. And so we set our fence. We run this along, and it gives us all these nice rounded edges that we have. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to move the fence back so it just runs across the bearing right there. And then we're going to set this down and route it around and turn it over and route it around. And that's what creates that nice round area there. Okay. Over to the bench sander. Bench sander, you sand it all down. You do a 120, a 240, so that you got to do 2 different grits, change it. Then you also do the sanding of the inside of the hole and round that out. Once you get all that done, then you're going to come over and, you know, it gets to this point. You put your, my dad bought me this, you put your mark on it, you put your stamp. And so what I do is I lay them out and I put my stamp on them. They're all sanded. They're all routed. The joints look good. They're ready to go. Watch this color pop. That's Purple Heart and Cherry. Watch this color pop. It's Walnut and Maple. All right, so listen. Trying to hit this thing when I appreciate you letting me share a little bit about what the process is. When I make these for you, my clients, understand that I'm putting a lot of thought and process. I use hardwoods, and it's a craft. For you woodworkers out there, we do a craft. So, you know, pick up the tips and make a better project. And I hope you all are doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.